Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you on behalf of all of our employees, all of our stakeholders, the Congolese government, our partner, our Chinese major shareholders and partners, and the 7,000 employees working at the site, building something seriously great that will last for generations. Green is good. The absence of ice and snow is good. Hydroelectric power is good. Clean concentrates without arsenic, that's good. Scalability is good. And having a country where people want stable employment and all of the economic benefits. This is the largest new business in the country.
Before we take you to the latest developments at Kamoa-Kakula, I would like to remind you that the mine we are building today is just the first of a series of multiple expansions across this incredible resource base. Ivanhoe Mines will be producing copper in under 6 months from an initial 3.8 million ton per annum mine and processing facility located at Kakula, which is on budget for our initial capital estimate of $1.3 billion. Given the impressive progress that the team has made in developing the underground mining operation at Kakula, but also at the Kansoko mine, we have already taken the decision to double the milling capacity by mid-2022. At this point, the mine will produce in excess of 400,000 tons per year of copper, ranking as one of the largest copper mines in the world. With a mine head grade in excess of 6% copper, the mine will produce significant cash flow.
What makes DRC an attractive investment destination is obviously its exceptional mineral wealth. When you look at the ownership structure of Kamoa Copper, it is in essence a global company in which North and South and East and West join hands. Well, investors should get involved in Kamoa Copper SA first and foremost because they want to be part of making history. It is a company with an exceptional mining asset that is only matched by the exceptional quality of the people building the project.
Welcome to Kamoa Copper. This year, 2021, will see a key milestone being achieved with the first copper in concentrate being produced. Currently, the monthly underground development is done at a rate of just below 3,000 meters. Please join us as we start a new chapter in the story of Kamoa's development from exploration, mine to market.
You're standing in a primary drift that's been broken away about a month ago. All of us are very excited about the ramp up and even more the grade that's coming out of this ore body at the moment. 11% copper in these areas is unique. We are in and around 300,000 tons per month, which is what we were aiming for to get to the first phase, which is 3.8 million tons a year. Moving forward, we are going to be commissioning the next plant to take us to 7.6 million tons. We are currently sitting on a stockpile of about 2 million tons of medium and high grade. So our intention is to grow that to about 3 million tons by July, which is when the first module runs, and then to grow it a little bit more so that when you run the second module in July next year, you have a fantastic start to your commissioning and also to your ramp up. So in terms of tailings management, we've taken a very low risk approach to how we manage tailings. It's a very small environmental footprint that we create because we return 60% of our tailings back underground.
Kamoa is very proud to be a green mine. A recent audit performed by Hatch confirmed that Kamoa-Kakula will be among the world's lowest green gas emitters per unit of copper produced.
Initially, processing will be done by means of milling and flotation circuits. The concentrate that will be produced will be bagged and shipped to a third-party off-taker. The long-term plan for Kamoa is to build a smelter complex on-site and produce blister copper, which will be sold to the market.
Phase 1 of the concentrator has a design capacity of 3.8 million tonnes per annum, or approximately 500 tonnes per hour. Phase 2 of the concentrator, which is currently in construction, is basically a doubling of capacity, except for the front end, which was originally designed for the full Phase 2 capacity. The Phase 2 capacity is 7.6 million tonnes, or approximately 1,000 tonnes per hour.
Ivanhoe Mines Energy was created by the shareholder of Kamoa Copper as a specialized entity with a mandate to identify and develop capacity to power this world-class asset. At this stage of construction, Kamoa Copper demand stands at 14 megawatt. This will increase with the commissioning of the concentrator to reach 50 megawatt by the end of 2021. Our contribution into strengthening the grid capacity will generate more power than required for operational reasons. Excess power will stay in the grid to serve the communities, and as we know, access to power is a key factor in stimulating economic growth.
Kamoa will be producing 800,000 tonnes of copper concentrate per annum, which will be transported by road through 3 border posts to Durban, taking approximately 45 days for a round trip. We also have the potential to use Dar es Salaam in Tanzania and Walvis Bay in Namibia. In the long term, we will be unlocking the Western Corridor in Angola, which is endorsed by the African Union and supported by the governments of DRC and Angola.
And by 2014, we had a large resource, over 700 million tonnes, close to 800 drill holes. And this is where I love the Ivanhoe approach, is the geologists went to senior management and said, we've done all this drilling, we have a huge resource, can we keep going? We think there are other areas that are prospective. And we continued south, and that's when we made the Kakula discovery, a zone that's even higher grade than what we had discovered at Kamoa. And then that has been a game changer for this project. But what sets it apart from the Congolese and Zambian deposits is its high grade. We get zones of 5–6% copper, not for 1 year, not for 2 years, for the entire mine life we're mining these high grades. The Kamoa-Kakula mining license is very large, and we haven't explored the entire license. But adjacent to the license, we own 2,500 square kilometers of additional exploration ground, and we are expanding our exploration into that area.
The objectives of the training center is to provide an opportunity for our Congolese employees to gain skills in mining, concentrator and engineering maintenance. This will allow for our employees to have the opportunity to get into more skilled jobs and also increase their earning potentials. A good example of people benefiting from the training center is Kamoa's first class of female underground operators, which further demonstrates Kamoa's commitment to gender balance.
Kamoa's proudest moment with regards to health was the achievement of the completion of phase 1 of our Kamoa hospital. We used this during COVID-19 as an ICU, and we've been able to adapt it to additional patient care. Kamoa's strategic approach to health and safety has been one that focuses on our people and the ownership that they take of their daily tasks. We have focused on rolling out the digitalization of our strategies and using our advanced systems to achieve this at every level.
We consider ourselves as corporate citizens because this is our home. We abide by international standards, but we have developed projects that speaks to specific needs of our host communities. Our initiatives are responsible for uplifting small-scale farmers into lead farmers with an increased production capacity, setting a model for future generations. For example, the vegetable producers have increased their revenue from $3,000 to $300,000. The Kamoa Enterprise Development Program reinforces the current mining business model, which embraces sustainable economic development through entrepreneurship, all of which created goods and services which can be sold back to the mine. We are particularly proud of the sewing, which is majority women, and we aim to create gender balance. This achievement is a result of honest and open communication with our host communities. At Kamoa, we are proud to work together, transforming lives.
It's an absolute privilege to work on an asset like this. It's a tier 1 project, it's a tier 1 resource. You're not going to see anything like this easily in the world. It's so scalable. The other thing I think that's important is to create a culture, the right culture here. Besides hitting milestones and hard targets, we here in the DRC, we need to make sure that the stakeholders, the communities, the government, the employees and ourselves can build a culture that is different to some of the other companies, with all due respect, that we create a culture of inclusiveness and that we work together